Making the decision of which website and which CRM company that you should go all in on as a real estate agent is very difficult. It's expensive and it's very time consuming. It can be very frustrating. So as a coach and as a friend, I recommend Sierra Interactive. And on this video, I'm going to introduce you guys to Robert Sagers, who's the lead product development guy at Sierra Interactive. So you can get an idea of in 2022, what are some of the best updates? What are the best tools that they're offering you guys as an example? Now, I have created a relationship with Sierra Interactive. So if this video helps you, or if I've helped you with this decision, please use the link down below or let them know that, I was one of the referring factors for you. This just helps me fund all of the content and education that I'm doing for you guys on my YouTube channel. And I appreciate them for doing that for me. And I appreciate you too. Guys, hope you enjoyed this. There's some exciting stuff going on with Sierra Interactive in 2022. All right, guys, I have Mr. Robert Sagers from Sierra Interactive. He is one of the lead programmers, new products. He's constantly making this product better for all of us. So today, let's dive into what are the 2022 kind of big updates, the things that are going to make our lives better, our marketing better, help us to convert more of the leads that we're paying for. Robert, thank you so much for your time and all of your efforts of all the things that you've been doing. So I'm just going to let you kind of take it away, and I'm excited to just sit back and relax and learn some cool new stuff.
Yeah, it's so good to be with you, Patrick. The last time that we did one of these kind of new feature overviews, it's October 2020, and we have done so much in the interim. We have so much in the works. I'm a product manager. I work on a product team, a head of product, another one of our product managers. We work with developers, designers, and our team is really growing. The entire company is in a really great place and thriving. And so we are so excited to continue to help real estate professionals succeed at a high level. I'm sharing my screen. This is a demo CRM. Of course, with Sierra, we provide a front-end website that's going to convert. We'll put our front-end website up against any site out there in terms of conversion, performance, all of the rest. And then our CRM just continues to grow and get more and more powerful, multifaceted. And you're going to find a combination of the two at a value that is unparalleled. And so really excited to kind of walk through with you, Patrick. I just want you to ask questions as we go. Really, I wanted to hit on, and there's a million things we could talk about. For example, the mobile app is so hot. It's on iOS and Google Play Store. Check it out. Look at the reviews and the ratings. But the three things I wanted to go over with you today are Sierra automations. We released these in December of 2021. General collaborators and personal dialer numbers. Those are two different features that really work well together. And we released that last summer. And then in December, the two different features. And then lead routing for unknown callers, which we released last year as well, and continues to build out. So let's go to the last one first, shall we? Lead routing for unknown callers. So Sierra Interactive has got a very granular, specific, like dialed in, super detailed lead routing abilities. So what you see on the screen, and again, it's going to look a little different because we're on a demo account, but the lead routing rules really are powerful. And what we did with the lead routing is we made it so that you can actually utilize one of your Sierra dialer numbers, and the dialer is just incorporated into your account, and make it so that if somebody calls one of those dialer numbers and they're not associated with any lead record on your account, you can actually create a lead record for that lead, which then allows you to apply tags, define the lead source, the lead type. You can send a text message to that lead and various other things. It'll create a fake email address for them. So it's very simple and straightforward. You simply select the Sierra dialer number that you want to utilize. You can specify which day and time. And then there's a couple of different routing options. You can either auto assign in a round robin that can be weighted, or you can first to claim, which means you'll blast call out to any of the agents to receive those leads. So think about this. Say you're using Google Local Services or Realtor.com or some leads that you just cannot miss the call. You just cannot miss it. You can blast out to as many people on your team as you wish here within each individual lead routing rule. You can assign general collaborators, lenders, and all the rest. So there's a lot of different options here with the lead routing for unknown calls. And this allows you to use, for example, your Sierra dialer numbers in your outbound marketing. You could put it on billboards, you could put it on sign writers. You can do all those things with this feature. So regardless if somebody's a lead or not, they'll be created within Sierra and you can manage them, chase that email address, etc. One thing to note is that lead routing for unknown texters is not yet a thing, but that is something we're working on right now. So that's going to be something as well. So you can text to this number and create a lead record, etc. So really excited about it. We think
that's great. Let me just make a quick comment for all my friends out there. So there are full services that do this, right? So like I know like Call Action does this. There's companies that literally have made this kind of their primary service, in which we would spend 100 or a couple $100 a month. So the fact that this is now just included into one more of our feature sets for the cost basis, that's amazing.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Right. And so thank you for doing that. That's really powerful. I actually didn't catch that when you made that update.
And so like for our listing signs, for our direct mail, geographic farm marketing, I love the Google listing service. I was actually on a mastermind group called This Week, and this was kind of a big problem. And the only solution was, because I just didn't know this yet, was we'd have to get another service to do the lead routing and all of that stuff.
Right.
I currently have a service that I'm using for my listing signs. And so I'd love to get rid of that and bring that back into my CRM. So what a great new feature that saves us a bunch of money and integrates us more into one service versus 10.
It streamlines the process, right? It certainly streamlines where you're spending your money.
Yeah.
And there is different viewpoints. Maybe you say, well, I really want to use a service that really focuses on this one thing, but if you can have another service that does it just as well or close to it, and for a significantly less cost, and it's streamlined into your current process, why not take a look? And so that feature is something that was really well received. And when we tie it in, I'm going to share a couple of numbers from savings I heard from people with the personal dollar numbers here in a moment. Then I think a lot of folks out there will be pretty happy. So the second thing I want to talk about with you, Patrick, is around the general collaborator and the personal dollar numbers. Now, these were two separate features, but they're very related and they work really well together.
Yeah, explain that to me when you say general collaborator.
Absolutely. So within each lead, you've got, our lead ponds feature, which we even made an enhancement to in January of this year, is super great. Every lead in Sierra has got to be either in a pond, which means individual agents can come and fish them out, or it can be unclaimed for a set amount of time, or it's going to be assigned to an agent. It's going to be assigned to a buyer agent, it's going to be assigned to a listing agent, or it's going to be assigned to both. You can also assign a lender, so you can work with a preferred lender within Sierra. Within lead routing, you can have preferred lenders based on individual agents, etc. And with Sierra, with the lead record now, we also have the general collaborator, which simply means that there were a few different use cases, a couple in particular, that folks wanted to be able to give some folks beyond a buyer agent, beyond a listing agent, beyond a lender, access to a lead to be able to manage that lead. For example, an inside sales agent.
Yeah,
ISA.
Exactly. So ISA, OSA, or a company that'll make those phone calls on our behalf.
And so let's say you've got an ISA, Patrick, or OSA, and they're calling a lead. With the dialer implementation as we'd had it, the issue that some of our clients were running into is that when a ISA who wasn't the assigned agent would call out to a lead, a text the lead, when that lead would call back, text back, the call or text wouldn't get routed to the ISA, it'd get routed to the assigned agent. Wasn't a great experience for the agent, wasn't a great experience for the ISA, was certainly not a great experience for the lead.
Yeah.
So what we did was we implemented the general collaborator role first that allowed you to assign individual people to a lead, one or more. That could be your transaction coordinator, that could be your marketing person, the person that follows up for testimonials.
Nice.
So that they don't have to see every lead on your account. They can only see, per se, the leads that you assign them to as a general collaborator. But to solve that second issue around the calls and texts, we introduced the ability to assign an individual dialer number, a personal dialer number, to each individual on your team.
Nice.
So when that ISA, you give them a personal dialer number, when they call, when they text, the way that it works is, in essence, without exception, if anyone calls a personal dialer number, it gets routed to the person associated with that number. We built it in such a way that we help those of you who've been around for a minute to be able to transition from the existing dialer setup. And it's really easy just to go ahead and throw a number at each individual. You can, if you've got other numbers that say you want to port in, or maybe a number that you don't want to utilize anymore, you can simply choose to forward it. So any calls or texts from an old number can forward to someone else. Somebody leaves your team, you can reassign that number. And that's the beauty of it, Patrick. As a team leader or as a broker, some of these updates really make it so that you're in control. The personal dialer number, speaking of the lead routing for unknown callers, we built that in such a way that even with the personal dialer numbers, you could set up a lead routing rule. You see here, route leads who call from, here it is, your call, your lead. So that if a person calls a personal dialer number, you can set it up so that that lead record will be created. It'll be assigned to the person whose number they called. So it's not only an agent attractional piece. Hey, Patrick, you joined my team. I'm going to give you a phone number. You can use it on your business cards. It's going to be unique to you. Anybody who calls it, your lead. So use it however you want. But if Patrick decided to leave, then I have the option then to keep that number, reassign it, forward it to somebody else, etc. So it's an agent attraction. It's an agent retention as well.
Nice.
Beyond just the functionality you get.
Love it.
So the last thing I want to go over with you, Patrick, is Sierra automations. And I am especially excited about Sierra automations. Looks a little bit like, whoa, right here, but it's very simple. Sierra automations.
Yeah, this is where I was excited because you were telling me about this.
Dude, let's
I know that this is.
I know you love to geek out on this stuff. So let's
the next level for us.
Let's spend a few minutes.
Yeah.
Sierra automations allows you to efficientize your team. It allows you to take some of those things that maybe are not necessarily the most high brain engaging activities, and allows you to make it so that they happen. They don't get missed. You save somebody some time, and CRM automations helps to really surface some opportunities for you in a way that you don't have to think about. So basically automations is a logic. It's if this happens and this is also true, then do this. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So if a lead looks at a property 6 or more times and their lead status does not equal blocked, then add a tag. That's an example automation you could run. But right from the start, when we released this feature in December, we kept building out in January, we kept building out in February. Here we are in March of 2022. We're continuing to build it out, build more triggers, more conditions, more actions to give you more power. It allows you to basically say, look, if a tag is applied or removed from a lead, if a lead status, email, phone, or general status is changed, if a certain a home anniversary, a lead birthday, a specific calendar date occurs, if an action plan is applied to a lead, if a lead, look at these, Patrick, schedules a showing request, if a lead returns to your site after 30, 60, 90, whatever you decide, that X is a variable for you, requests more info about a property, saves a property, looks at several consecutive listing alerts. I mean, think about a lead who is clicking multiple consecutive listing alerts.
Love it.
A lead views a single property X or more times and date registered. That's a nice accountability piece. If 7 days ago and no agent, action on that lead, then reassigned upon. The behavioral triggers allow you to surface those high intent or what you might call hand raising leads. Look at me, and allows you to look at them. So the automations allows you to have that happen in the background without thinking about it. You don't have to run advanced searches. You don't have to make, have somebody on your team set to do these things. It really, as one person said recently, it's like another member of your team, and it's just part of what you get with Sierra, right? And it just happens. So you can repurpose that person's time and energies into something else.
I think I'm really excited too is the calendar dates.
Yeah.
See, because a lot, like right now I have with a lot of my coaching clients, one of the main things is the home anniversary date. And so I want to help them to, make sure they tag everybody on the home anniversary date for all their past clients. Mm-hmm. And then we need to then create just a simple CMA, simple communication for that. Right. And so that's a big one for me right there. And making sure that, they remember mm-hmm. right, when that is, or they get a notification and they're reminded of what to do. That's super, super powerful for us.
That's right. Well, I love that, Patrick, because one of the things you could do, for example, is if home anniversary is in 3 days, you could apply a tag if you wanted. You could assign a task to the assigned agent. The task could be snoop in on this person's Facebook and call them, or send a bomb video, or whatever it is that you have as a party work. Send an email that's custom. Send a text message that actually is you saying happy home anniversary, et cetera. There's a lot of capability here, and I will say that one of our power users has talked about this one in particular. It's funny that you picked up on it as well. This one in particular, lead has home anniversary in X days, has been a really nice opportunity surfacer to continue to reach out, nurture those past clients, the sphere, et cetera. So there's a lot of, I think this is just one of the things.
That's great.
I'm glad you picked up on it, but it's becoming.
I love all the behavioral stuff is great. So the other thing too is maybe one of the big things is kind of like a new lead comes in and I've got an action plan, set up for 10 days. So mm-hmm. action plan completes mm-hmm. and there was no behavioral interaction. Right. Then I can then make the next decision and pre-plan that one.
And the action plan. So here's 2 things with action plans. Right now, action plans is applied, but coming on April 12th. So by the time so many folks will even watch this, there will be action plan completes without lead response as a trigger. And there will be action plan. There will be the ability to one more behavioral trigger, lead sends inbound communication. What that will allow you to do, Patrick, is essentially say that if a lead sends an email, places a phone call, sends a text message, and if they're on one or more specific action plans, you could stop that plan, assign another plan. You could do a certain tag to kind of run through manually. There's a lot. You could update a status based on conditions. So there's a lot of that's coming here in a few weeks. But it's fun talking to you, Patrick, because you are either right there tracking with what's most important, or you're right ahead of where we plan to go, because you can see the value in it. So
yeah, it's a good this is, for all of my friends out there, this is why, the Infusionsoft phenomenon occurred, was they gave you all of these options of the if mm-hmm. this, then that, mm-hmm. if they responded to the email, then this, if they watched mm-hmm. the webinar, then that. And for all of us kind of marketing dorks from the last decade, yeah, it's just, getting all of these options to be able to create, great workflows is amazing. Like this is a game changer for all of us nerds, marketing nerds out there. And then for the people that are getting started with this, we got a long way to go to increase your effectiveness and efficiencies.
But it's quick. There's a paved road to get there, right?
And that's exactly, which didn't exist before. I mean, this.
Yeah.
None of
I
this
just really want
just-
to quickly show you some of the criteria conditions you can run. So the trigger is if this occurs, the conditions or the criteria are, and if these things are also true. So lead status, action plan, if there's even a plan applied, if they're in a pond, if they're in a specific pond, if they have a specific status, tags, if there's a contact delay present, there's a ton of different things. Last contact by agent, the number of website visits that they've had. I mean, the number of agent phone calls, if an agent has placed a call, I mean, there's so much opportunity here for agent accountability, automating your agent accountability with automations. And then with the actions, assign, stop, or pause an action plan, create a note, create a task, apply or remove tags, update statuses, reassign to a pond, assign specific collaborators, coming soon is going to be reassigned to agent, assign a lender, etc. So those are all the actions. This right here, you can choose how frequently it would run. If it would run once per lead, multiple times per lead, if you multiple times, only up to once a day. So you're not consistently adding a task to everybody every time a looky-loo on your site is looking at 1,000 properties. So there's a ton. This right here, a ton of opportunity within Sierra for folks to automate, to be able to efficientize, make their team more efficient. Surface opportunities is really a huge thing. I mean, you want to talk about how to make more money, it's to not miss opportunities, right? And the automations is going to reduce your FOMO by 117%. There is a ton of options here for folks if they know what they're doing, and if they're not working with a coach like you, Patrick, or if they're kind of getting started on their own. A lot of folks do they work with one of our partners, and that's one of the unique aspects of Sierra Interactive is our partner platform. You could work with somebody like Hatch Coaching or with GGMS or one of our other partners. And we've built into automations the ability for those partners not only to give you their action plans, their smart filters, their tags, et cetera, but they can give you their automations and allow you to utilize that system and work with a partner to be able to bring in these things. Because not everybody thinks at a systems level, and that's okay. Yeah. They don't have to, right? Yeah. You're thinking about the next call you got to make, what your day is going to look like, tasks you have to complete, the property you need to show. And that's great. Like that's what this allows you to do, is make it so that you can do those things without worrying about missed opportunities, without feeling like you're burdened or you got to hire a new team member to do some things that have to happen within your database or management, et cetera. So lots of opportunity here, and really excited the way that
I think you're creating the case for people to attend the Sierra Summit coming up.
Patrick, you're going to be there. I know that.
Creating the case for that, right? And so to meet all of these support companies that are helping helping customers out to get more training, to get deeper into this thing, right? Yeah. One of the, we'll kind of wrap with this one last point, which is what I've learned over the years for someone to be able to master lead generation in real estate. One of the core fundamental things that I figured out that was missing in a lot of the basic training. A lot of the basic training was teach a script, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of teach a process, get people leads, teach them a script, teach them a process, and then let them have at it. Mm-hmm. But what I've learned was that it was much more in depth than that, which is really do the training of the software or the service. Do the training, get into the community, meet all the other players, make relationships with great people on the team like you, so that I can actually take advantage of all of the amazing tools and resources. And that it takes time, where I've seen, when I look at some of the most successful, unbelievable agents on the Sierra Interactive, client base, these are people who have committed years of time to evolve the service, evolve their plans, and to create extraordinary results. So my friends out there, right? It's not about overwhelm. It's about that this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to continue to grow, add more great features to your existing plan, and then to learn amazing new ways to, reduce your cost, increase your profits, and, help your team to be more efficient. That's the name of the game. So let's get over to the Sierra Summit. Make sure you guys jump in. If you're not on the Facebook group participating with Robert and Bobby, and was it Bobby Blake and a bunch of the guys that you're having on Fridays, and you're doing all kinds of training. I've been telling everybody, to all my coaching clients, to meet up with Philip at Sierra Interactive and do great training with him. So my friends out there, there's so many ways for you to get great training and to help learn how to use the system more effectively, right? And so Robert, thank you so much for all of your time, man. This is amazing. I can't wait to. I didn't know about the dialer and the collaborator. That is going to be really some powerful stuff there. Yeah. Right. There's a ton, and that's going to continue to build on. We have a call transfer feature coming out. It should be out within the next week. Okay. I mean, group text messaging is planned for Q2. There is a ton of stuff that we are continuing to build out that will continue to evolve workflows.
I love being with you, Patrick. We can do this anytime. And if you want to talk anytime about any of the features, I'm happy to do it.
I'll get you on again.
Okay.
Thanks so much, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And I got to jump. See you guys.